My name is Neon. Hope you guys are all doing well. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we have some cool stuff when it comes to the class system. And with that class system, Battlefield has just released a podcast. And with that podcast, they'll talk about the class system and a lot more in depth. And that is literally what we're going to be doing. This podcast is going on about 55 minutes. And so after that podcast is done, we're going to just go and play some regular games after that. But for right now, we're going to be going through the class system, getting all the information, and yeah. So it seems like the whole update for the class system is coming out next week. So if you guys are wondering when the class system's coming out, it's going to be next week. But yes, this podcast goes on for like about 55 minutes. So we will just wait for everyone to start coming in the stream, and then we'll start going through that little podcast, and we'll find out all the information for the classes and all that cool stuff. So yeah, but yeah, it's basically pretty much confirmed now, troopers, that next week is going to be the class system. So for 3.2 next week, so it should be Tuesday. Right, let me read the chat. We got Pindaz in the stream. How you doing, buddy? First one in the stream. Grim, how you doing? Oh, Pindaz beat you this time, man. We beat you. How is everyone? I hope you're all doing well. We are going to be going through the whole class system in just a second. I'm just going to let people get the chance to jump into the stream. And then we'll start doing the whole class system stuff. So how you troopers doing? You guys doing all well? Just chilling? You working today, Pindaz? So I'll be back after the class system video. Okay, bud. Yeah, it goes on about 55 minutes, so it's a long one. But right now, we're just waiting for everyone to join into the stream, and then we're gonna start doing it. No, today was my day off. Oh, how are you, dude? So I'm good. That's good to hear, Grim. How was your guys' weekend? You guys doing anything nice for the weekend? Thank you to everyone who came along to the custom games on Saturday. I had a lot of fun. I was going around like NTW, like sniping people for a little bit on the custom games. It was a lot of fun. Person to exist, how you doing? So we're just waiting for people to join the stream, and then we're going to start doing the podcast, okay? It goes on about 55 minutes, so there's no way I can reset it, alright? So I'm just waiting for people to just join into the stream, so we'll just give it a couple minutes. So if you guys are just joining the stream, troopers, alright? We're going to be going through a podcast. And this podcast is released from Battlefield, the dev team, and they're going to be talking about the whole class system, okay? And with them talking about the class systems, a lot of information we want to know, and we're going to find out. But that's what I'm saying. Right now, we're not playing it just yet. We're just waiting for people to come to the stream. So if you guys are interested in hearing about the information of the class system, then I highly recommend you should stay here in the stream. It's a longer podcast, though. It's about 55 minutes. But don't worry, I'm going to be playing a bunch of montages in the background. I actually have a montage playlist anyway. So, yeah. So we'll have like montage in the background. So you guys got some footage. Jim, how you doing? The busy with school in the morning? Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Hey, thank you for the sub. So sorry I haven't been in the stream lately. So I wanted to... Oh, that's okay, person assist. That's fine, man. That's fine. You know, I'd apologize to me. Yeah, so I'm excited about all the information class system, but yeah, because they didn't announce anything this week, it means the class system's coming out next week. So 3.2 is next week, okay? And we already know the Season 4 release as well, because they leaked that also as well. Alright, we got 12 people. When do you think we should start doing the podcast? When do you think we should start playing it? Because we got like 12 people right now. I just don't want to start it too early, because I feel bad if I start it too early. Season 4 will be coming out 28th of February. So with the new class system, so I might start playing again. So I haven't been playing barely said at all. It's not 100% confirmed, but that is the main source to. So if you would look at all the weekly missions, you would look at the last weekly mission, and that would finish on the deadline of 28th. And every time a season has finished, the next one begins. So the 28th is pretty accurate. And there's no way I could be wrong on that. There's no way it's going to be ahead of time. That's the thing. There's no way it's going to be ahead of time. So it has to be the 28th. Yeah, of course, it's not 100% settled because it might be on a Thursday. But I think the 28th is the last day of the month. Yeah, 28th is the last day of the month. So there's no way they can release it on a Thursday, on the 23rd, or a 21st, because there's still weekly missions to be active then. So 28th is basically like confirmed date for Season 4. Was it just tied to the Battle Pass? Is there... that was like Season 2, right? So I don't know what you do about the Season 2 weapons. I don't know if you unlock them or you have to do like a challenge or something for it. There's no way you'll miss out on that weapon. Really? Nah, that would suck though, because the AM40 is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay. Alright, troopers. Right, this is the plan. Let's get 10 likes. If we can get 10 likes in the stream, then I'll start playing it. We need 4 more likes. If we can get 10 likes on the stream, we'll play the podcast. So I was playing with a streamer, so she didn't have it. Oh, man. They're missing out. I would bring back the bipod knife back. Yo, that's some Battlefield 4 OG stuff right there, man. No, it's not tomorrow. No, it's next week. 3.2 update with the class system comes out next week. 1 more like, troopers, and we'll play the podcast. Oh, the AM40 is a great gun. It is, and especially when it comes to recoil as well. Come on, troopers. 1 more like. 19. We got to do 10 likes for the podcast. There we go. We got it. Okay. Right. I think we waited long enough, right? Now we can start doing the podcast. So let's go and change my scenes. Right. This. And then we'll go to... It's 100 away from getting the AM40 tiered 1. There you go. Right, here we go. Hopefully you guys can hear it. If I might need to turn up a little bit.
Hello everyone, welcome to Inside Battlefield, our very first Battlefield podcast. So I'm pretty excited to be here with you all today. My name is Tom, I'm a community manager here at DICE.
Oh, it's me.
So
I'm
what
Tom
we're doing
too.
today is a podcast series. We'll talk all things Battlefield, a nice casual discussion with some of the developers who'll join us. Today I'm joined by Florian and Oliver. Guys, so you want to introduce yourselves?
Oh yeah, hello. I am Florian Lebihan. I am a lead game designer here at DICE, and I mostly work with stuff related to the soldier experience, and in this case today, the rework that we're doing with classes.
The return to the class system. What about you, Oliver?
Yeah, my name is Oliver Anderson.
It's great. Yeah, man. I'm glad I'm doing it, Jim. I won't be talking too much, though, so you guys can hear all the information.
Really excited to be here.
Awesome.
So just sit back
folks,
and listen,
a little bit of an
troopers.
overview about what you can expect from our podcast series. So we'll run for a total of 7 weeks at first, and we'll cover a variety of topics. Today, we're here to talk about the return to the class system. So the 3.2 update will go live later this month, and in this update, we will return classes back to the battlefield. So it's a very exciting time for us. Like we're
Finally.
very much looking forward to this. So we'll take a deep dive into how that will play out, what our expectations are, and how we went about bringing this feature back to the battlefield. If at any time you have any questions for us, please reach out to us at podcast@battlefield.com, or just tag us on @battlefield on Twitter. We would love to hear from you. We will have a dedicated Q&A podcast a few weeks from now after update 3.2 is live, where we'll answer questions you may have coming out of the update. So we're looking forward to that. I think let's dive in and let's start talking Battlefield.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Let's kick this off.
Let's go. Okay, so folks, let's dive in. Before we do so update 3.2 will be the episode for next week, where we'll cover the breakaway rework. There's new vault weapons coming to the battlefield. The
vault weapons.
Tanks are getting the active protection system, and we'll add below radar to our aircraft as some of the highlights. So we'll go through all the changes with you next week. There's much more to talk about. But first, before we go into the return to the class system, let's talk about what's available for play this week. So let's take a look at our weekly radar. So on Tuesday is when our new rotation comes into play. So that's when you'll be able to play the new game modes. So this week, we have a community spotlight called Gunfight Royale. So this is actually created by some of our community members, or inspired by, so Mencour and Dirty Breaks. So shout out to both of you. It's a very cool mode. It's a free-for-all, random loadouts, very fast-paced gameplay. First to reach 3 points wins. So I think it's going to be exciting.
Yeah. It's a fun mode.
It's a fun mode. Like we had a lot of fun playtesting this ourselves.
Yeah.
So looking forward to getting it in your hands. We have Rush Hardcore.
Podcast goes so well with coffee. That's what I got, buddy.
It's like if you enjoy hardcore and Rush, then like this is gonna be your mode. And then later in the week with the second rotation, we've got Tactical Conquest coming back. So if you played our first mid-season event, the Liquidator event, that's fast-paced, smaller map layout, like really squad-paced gameplay.
Yeah, more tactical and like squad-focused.
Cheers, man.
I really like that mode in Season 1, so I'm excited to have it back.
Yeah, so we had some really good feedback when it first came out, so we made a few tweaks to make it even better, so looking forward to getting that in your hands. And then we have Torment. So Torment, as it's in the name, is a gameplay mode based on all-out warfare.
Hey,
with our
Ghosty.
core, railgun tank. Yeah. So it's going to be pretty chaotic. Looking forward to that as well. And then lastly, on Friday, we have Friday Night Battlefield, Breakthrough Mayhem. So I think, Florian, this you like your
Breakthrough
you like
Mayhem,
chaos.
eh?
Oh yeah.
So it's going to be...
that's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah. So this week, I think if you're like a fan of like chaotic gameplay, there's something for you here. So we're looking forward to seeing you in game. But let's dive into the return to the class system.
Yes.
Big topic. It's been in the works for quite a while. Very excited about it. Let's dive in. Guys, how are you feeling? Are you ready to talk class system? The return to class system?
We've been ready for a while to talk about that. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see this come out to our players finally.
Yes.
And to be able to talk about it. Yeah.
Yes, and so before we dive in, one more thing. We do have a new blog available on our website right now. It's the Death Notes Return to the Class System. So it's kind of an overview of the journey we took, how we got to
we are
this
listening
update,
to a Battlefield podcast.
For us, it's been a long time in the making.
So I won't be talking too much.
You
talk about the class system
to get out to players as well, like the blog.
Yeah, we wanted to kind of shed some light on our thought process, like developing this feature and kind of how it evolved over time.
We invite you to go check it out. It's available now on the Battlefield website. So let's talk return to the class system.
Yes. So where to start?
Where to start? Yeah. I think I'm actually going to start with a sip of coffee first. Like maybe we all should, and then we'll dive in. Yeah. So maybe Florian, let's start with you. Can you maybe give us a summary of what we are actually doing here? Because we're bringing back classes to Battlefield 2042, but it's not that simple. There's a lot of work involved. So can you start with giving us an overview of the main changes we are bringing?
Yes, so what we're doing, we are reintroducing classes, and by that I mean that we're making some of the gadgets restricted to classes. So, for example, an engineer will have the rocket launchers, whereas support or an assault will not have access to those.
Hope you're doing well, Optic.
So we're making sure that every
weekend's good.
classes has a role on the battlefield. So if what you want is to support your team, you will spawn in as a support specialist. If you want to spot or if you want to give intel to your team, you will spawn in as a recon, and same goes for every other classes. So now there's a lot more purpose when it comes to what you want to do on the battlefield. You're no longer able to just select everything, which has been a bit of a problem for us in the past. I mean, there's been a lot of things we've been looking at based on community feedback, which we'll probably be talking
about. Hey, good sub. Feynix, how you doing, buddy?
2 extra things. One of those is the class gadget. So every classes will now have access to a unique gadget that they will always have access to. So before you had 2 gadgets, now you have 3. And that extra one will be the signature gadget of your class. So for example, if you're playing support, you always have access to the defibrillator. If you are playing as an engineer, you always have access to the repair tool. So if a tank in your team sees you, they know that now they will you will always be able to get assistance.
Oh, doctor's appointments. I hope it's going well, Feynix.
The repair tool was not really used that much, so making that a primary, always usable gadget is going to be very helpful. So we have that for all classes. The last addition is the weapon proficiencies. So weapons are staying open the way they are, the way they've always been, I mean.
Yep.
Optic, I'm sorry, buddy. That sounds rough.
Weapons, if you're playing them in a certain class. So for example, if you're playing assault, you will have some benefits with assault rifles specifically. If you're playing recon, that's the same. Sniper rifles are better in the hands of recon. But we have, for example,
how you doing?
Sniper rifles and recon is that you can hold your breath.
So I hope you're doing well. Longer, so looking forward to the class system update. Yeah, we all are.
So if you want to play with sniper rifles, it's probably a little better on recon, but it doesn't mean you cannot play sniper rifles with other classes.
Yeah. So I guess we encourage you to play, like if you want to play that recon role, that class, like you are encouraged to play with sniper rifles, but you don't have to.
Exactly.
So you still have that freedom of choice.
Yeah, we really wanted to encourage instead of like force you into something, because that's like the best thing. You have to pick it. That's what we wanted to avoid, instead of like encouraging you to pick it.
Okay, that's great. And I think, Oliver, something that is very important for us is to, and Florian already mentioned it, we had a lot of freedom in game, and we really want to bring back the structure that our players are used to from maybe our previous Battlefield titles that had the class system.
Yeah.
So what does that mean for us as a team to really put that structure back on the battlefield?
It's really nice, like starting as a player.
This podcast goes on for about an hour, guys, so just sit back and relax. We'll be gaming after the podcast.
Just having, like, being able to expect something from your teammates, to see like, this is
what are you doing?
Engineer, as your example was. I know they can repair, or I know the support can always revive me, or the recon has the spawn beacon. Like, those expectations are very nice to have, because it kind of brings a structure to the battlefield that I think gives you more things to think about and kind of relate. And even like when you spot an enemy, you can expect the same thing. So I think, and then as a developer, it's just really nice to kind of go back to something that I think worked really well in previous Battlefields.
That's actually an interesting question you brought up. Like, as a developer, was it difficult for, I guess, both of you in this case, to develop when we had a lot of freedom before, and like that structure makes it, that we have in place now, makes it easier to define what we want to get out of each class on the battlefield?
I think there is different things to it. I mean, first, the fact that you had a lot of
I don't have any of these clips now. They're all gone.
Meant
I lost them all.
A bunch of the gadgets that we had in the game were not used, and some gadgets
you can only go back on memory lane on the montages now.
The most versatile and were useful in most scenarios would be probably overly used. I mean, we have some data that shows that the most picked gadget in the game is the Cog staff.
Next week's class system
in the game, simply because it's really useful, right? You have to deal with vehicles quite often. Sometimes you can even use it against soldiers. You can destroy parts of buildings at times. So that makes it like a go-to choice all the time. And behind that, we have a few choices that are also very often picked, like the ammo crate or the C5. And then you get to see that the rest of the list is not really used that much. So it means that you get a lot of what we call min-maxing behavior in the game, where players just end up playing with exactly the same stuff all the time. So while you're thinking that you have a lot of choice, because of the fact that there's always going to be outliers that you will want to play all the time, you actually don't get to change things too much. So things are a bit stale. With classes, we're spreading those choices across the classes, so you will not be able to have the rocket launcher if you want to play as a recon. So that means that now you really have those roles, and those roles will also add some team play. If you want to deal with tanks, well, you need to bring an engineer to your squad. If you want someone to revive you, to give you health or ammo, you will have to bring a support. That goes for all classes. So for us, the structure actually adds choices, right? We're making restrictions, but we're actually adding choices, because you have to think about what you want to play. You have to think about the different situations you're going to be in. And that also kind of goes for weapons, right? I mean, the weapon proficiency, while it's not really forcing you into playing certain classes, if you're thinking you're going to play in closer ranges and you also want to revive, well, you'll be bringing an SMG to most gunfights, which is pretty good in close range. And you have the proficiency for SMGs that makes them even better if you're playing as a support. So those kind of things really, I think, add choices because you have roles now. And on top of that, I mean, one of the problems we've had to deal with is the fact that because we had every single gadget available, it was hard to balance gadgets as a whole. For example, again, like the main one that I can call out because everyone can relate to is rocket launchers. We've made rocket launchers arguably weaker than they've ever been in previous battlefields, just because everyone could have a rocket launcher. So when you're a vehicle player and you see up to 64 players in the enemy team that can have rocket launchers, well, we have to kind of do something. Otherwise, the vehicle players will really feel like they are being targeted by missiles all the time. Now, if all of those are only available within certain classes, that actually gives us an opportunity to make them a bit stronger, back to where they were before, because you have less of them, and they will feel more, unique.
Also seen it, so should keep it on. Thanks,
they're really
Jim.
part of the role. Like you have a rocket launcher, you're an engineer.
This is an older video.
You're dealing with vehicles, whereas before we really had to keep them kind of like weaker, really.
Doesn't look cute without
a really
it.
Great opportunity for us to just
Thanks, man. I appreciate the honesty. I keep the wig on, alright? I keep the wig on.
And making sure
you don't want to see my hair right now. It's a mess. I still didn't even get a haircut.
To be like pack a punch. Like,
yeah.
That really, like, now it allows us to kind of make those changes and alter the balance.
And when talking about balance, I think an interesting topic that I would love for us to dive into as well is how we utilize player feedback to really get to the final state of this update and the return to the class system that we're bringing to the battlefield. So let's talk about how we got there as well. So I think we started late last year with our core feedback, where we showed players what our initial plan was through a series of blogs and open dialogue. So, I mean, based on that alone, we already got a ton of feedback. So, do you guys maybe want to explain, like, when we had the first iteration of feedback, like it was still early in our stages of development, what our learnings were there and any changes were,
I could just start off with saying, like, player feedback has been like a crucial thing in this whole feature. Like it's, we've heard players giving feedback from the launch of the game, and also like that they actually responded to our questions as we posted these blogs. It's been like a vital part, and as you said, we did like early validations of our designs, which is like, I think that's this feature is the one we've made done that the most for this game. which I think is really cool as a developer, since it gets us closer to players.
Yep.
I think it's a learning opportunity as a whole. Like the work we've done with this effort has taught us that if you really want to deliver a feature to quality, trying to include players into that is going to be the best you can do. Because we were saying that earlier, the way we play internally in our playtest, which we do every day, is very, very different from the way players play. So if you're going to try to evaluate the success of changes you're making solely based on the internal feedback that you're getting, you're not going to hit the quality level you'd like to have.
Yeah, like we playtest every day at the studio, so we have a lot of feedback internally, which is like it's still important. But as you say, we play the game in a different way than actual players do.
Yes, and this change in particular is a very core change to the game. It's touching everything from soldier gameplay to vehicle gameplay to general flow. So this slow iterative process that we had has been very important to make sure that we really reach the quality we want. And involving players in that is extremely important. So we're going to release those changes, and we'll still see more feedback from our players.
Definitely.
Because getting to the point where you can understand what's the best way to play the game takes a few weeks, usually 1 to 2 week time for players to adopt the changes and see, okay, how do I want to play this now? What's the best way to play engineer, support?
Remember, Trivers, you haven't left a like, please do.
More things in the future based on what
I hope you're doing well, Canadian
so it's going
guy.
to be more work, most likely.
And I think that's it's a really exciting time for 2042 right now, since now a year after launch, like players have really found their the best way to play as they like, and this is a fundamental change to the game, which can actually keep things fresh, since it actually changes the meta.
Yep.
So now players are gonna like have to find new ways and new interactions in the game, and I think a year after launch, that's very exciting. And as you say, all the feedback that's gonna come in, I'm really looking forward to reading all of that.
And so the second part is, so we started with the blogs in terms of feedback, and I think then we took a smaller subset of players and actually showed them like our further designs that we took from there to get even more feedback. So how was it for you? So when we have the blogs, it's obviously like the wider player base, but how was it to engage directly on that feedback with players in like smaller sessions where you could ask them the questions?
I can actually first shine some light on how the process has been in general, even before that, because we've been looking at feedback from very early on, from the release of the game, where we've started seeing some feedback related to Specialist, the lack of class gameplay that we've had in previous Battlefield games. And again, it's been a slow process where we've been looking at, okay, what is the best way to try to reintroduce classes to Battlefield while keeping the identity of Battlefield 2042? Because we have the product that we have, we can't really just flip everything on its head, but we can try to make sure we introduce those gameplay changes.
But tier 2, we had to wait
so this is what we've
till
tried
next
to do.
month. That's all
it
good,
took
man.
some time, a lot of different design direction that we could have taken, but we have been refining that over time.
Yes,
until the point
this
where we had
montage
a
came
version
out
that we really wanted to push to players
3 years
and
ago.
This is where we've had the first sessions where we've showed the design to players so that they could get an
I
understanding
edited
of
all
how
this.
things could be. Could start imagining.
I
how
am a
the
little
games
bit of
would
an
start
editor.
playing and give us feedback very early on, and it's been actually a really good first step when we introduced this to players. We've had good reactions. We've had some good feedback that allowed us to do some adjustments to the design. And then based on that, we had the first block boss, right? Where we've shown a first iteration actually on what people didn't really see before publicly, because we've shown that to a restricted group of players. They've seen like another version of what we had. And we've also had some reactions on that. So we also took that feedback into account, and we had another iteration of the design. And then we brought back players again into the loop to make sure that they get an opportunity to give more feedback, but also this time around play the build. I mean, the first version that we had playtestable and could give us feedback on this. And we learned some more based on that, and we did more adjustments. So it's been a very, I would say, exciting process.
But don't
for
worry,
me,
I can't
love
remember all the
involving
back
players
for
into
3 or
this and
4
making
maps
sure that
now. It's been too long.
we can get their voices heard. Of course, there's always a lot of feedback, so we try to make sure that we act on the main feedback. And sometimes there's small things that we will be taking into account, but we'll say, hey, you know what, this is fine for us. This is the way we want this to play. But we can make sure that we get to hear players and deliver to the highest quality we can because we have this player feedback.
Yeah.
So two questions there, like, and we didn't touch upon it that much yet, but like we invited players to play test the game with us, and I think, personally, I think that it was super awesome. You know, so we played the game as a studio every day, but then suddenly we just had quite a large group of players joining us. And
That was super cool.
In the playtest, and like you just see different things happening because when we playtest our own game, it's like okay, we have our team set create features. Obviously, we want to test them, so we're focused on those specific areas. But then you suddenly have players, and they've never had this in their hands, and it's like like the full sandbox of all these new shiny things that they can test and play, and like really cool stuff happens in the playtest that we maybe didn't expect. So I would love to hear from you, like what were our biggest learnings, even just immediately when we had players join us.
One major thing was like the conversation. We saw this in the blog post as well. The conversation about if we like what should we do about the primary weapons.
Yes.
And this was before we had weapon proficiencies in the blog. And
I'm not really a vehicle player, so I like taking them out.
All of that feedback, kind of like we got together and kind of reviewed it and came up with the feature of weapon proficiencies. And as we said before, like we really wanted to encourage people, but not kind of take too much away from the favorite weapon combo for a certain specialist that players are used to.
Yep.
So this is like, we believe that this is a really nice middle ground for where this game kind of shines the brightest. So I think for me, a major part from those playtests were what should we do about the primaries, and kind of that spawned weapon proficiencies, which we then got to validate in another playtest and got like kind of a loop back on those things.
So weapon proficiencies, that's completely new for 2042. Like we've had the class system before, obviously. For
just wait, I'm about to play Defiance montage. That's my own montage. That's one fire.
You touched upon it earlier in our discussion, Florian, but do you maybe want to go into it further and give some more details about like the other proficiencies that we have? So you touched upon the recon one, but what are the other ones? And I guess I would also love to know, how did we go about, like, why did we choose these specific proficiencies for each class?
Yes, so the way we've been thinking about the proficiency and which weapon types we've selected, because we wanted categories of weapons that are best to be played with certain classes. And for Assault, it's a class that is going to be on the front line, most likely going to be pretty flexible when it comes to engagement. So we took the type of weapons that are what we call jack of all trades, which are assault rifles, also rigged with assault class. So it was a pretty good fit, and we made those slightly better in the hands of assault. When it comes to support, it's been SMGs. Actually, first it's been LMGs because of the history baggage around the support name and what it's been in previous Battlefield games, where support has always been the LMG class. So we started there, and this is what we presented to players at some point. I think we made a blog post about this, and we've gotten some feedback around that. And what we realized is that what we wanted to hit with this didn't really quite work. And it was actually better to try to hit what would work for the specific support gameplay that we had in 2042. Support in previous game has been the role that gives out ammo and has LMG. But in this game, it's also the role that revives and gives health. So what that means is that you will be most likely in close quarters trying to reach players that need to be revived. And an LMG is not great at that. So we decided to change this from LMG to SMG, because we really wanted to make sure that we have weapons that work for those kind of experiences. And that turned out to work much better than the LMGs.
Yeah. And we've like the designs we've posted in the blog post before, but like we've continued to iterate on them. So there's going to be like some differences from what players have seen before. And we really wanted to make sure we had something that didn't like in a weird way make the weapon just OP for this class. We wanted to something that kind of fits with the role. So for example, with SMGs, you could have that you could swap to the SMG faster. I think that's where we landed, which kind of really has a nice synergy with like throwing down a smoke, then bringing up your SMG again because you're in that close range, or like swapping to your defib so you can now manually hold. And I'm really excited that you can actually sap enemies again. I really push for that one. And then swap back to your SMG. So like it's something that we think fits the role really well, but necessarily doesn't make you like damage enemies or like you're not stronger against the enemy in the fight itself. It's just that it fits the role.
And I think creating the weapon proficiency, since we don't want to make those weapons too strong in the hands of each class, it's a very, I would say, delicate balance. So I'm personally very much looking forward to see how that plays out. And I guess we will be reviewing like how it plays out in the hands of players, and we're ready to stand by and make changes if we feel it's necessary.
For sure, yes. I mean, we've already made changes based on the playtest that we've had with players some weeks ago now, where we've seen that assault proficiency that we had before, where we just had like faster sprint to fire time, was not really working well. I think the main concern that we had was around how this could make the assault class very overpowered. Obviously, assault now is kind of like the selfish class in a way, which we're completely fine with for Battlefield 2042, where we want a role that can sustain themselves into most engagements, but not infinitely. So you have access to the med pen, which you can use once, and then you will need to get help from a support after that. But you have some chances to survive. But the combination of this plus the armor plate, for example, plus the proficiency that made you go faster into most engagements to fire faster, was a bit too strong. We've had that feedback pretty clearly in some of the playtests that we've had. So we've already changed that because we had that feedback. So yeah, it's been interesting, and yes, we will be doing more changes as we see how players adapt to those weapon proficiencies. It's a fine balance because we don't want those to be so good that you feel like you have to play that weapon with that class. As we said, it's an attempt to encourage players to play with those weapons, but not force them into that. And if it's too good, then you will like kind of feel like you're forced to play with those weapons because that's just what works best with this class. So it will be interesting for sure, and yes, we'll make adjustments.
And as you said, like with the med pen, we really like we've changed so you only have one charge of that. So it's actually more like if you played BF5, the self heal you had with the pouch. So it's just like a one-off thing. You can restock at an ammo station, but it's a one-off thing to kind of help you survive a little bit longer on the front line.
Yeah, and you can actually get those back from health crates for us. So,
yeah, that's cool.
So you can run to medics and get those back pretty easily.
I thought of one thing that also came up from the playtest that's actually like a big change. Like we moved Crawford from like we swapped Irish and Crawford, their classes. Yep. So Irish is now a support and Crawford is an engineer, which also kind of has prompted us to change their traits a little bit. So maybe, Florian, you could go into a little bit more detail on that.
Yeah, it's been an interesting change. We've had a lot of feedback around Crawford not really quite fitting as an engineer or as a support, before. You had a lot of scenarios where Crawford would put down his sentry gun, but he would just stay there, right? And then you see downed players in your team that need revive, but Crawford is just sitting on the sentry gun, which was a bit conflicting in terms of like, what is Crawford meant to do? So we had a go at that and we tried to move it around, and we ended up moving Crawford into engineer. So much like Boris, for example, that also has a turret, Crawford has also a turret, although it's a stationary turret that you manually control. We made Crawford slightly better against vehicles. Now the stationary machine gun can damage vehicles a little bit, just a little bit. So it's a bit useful against that. But it's also a specialist that will not be much better at repairing vehicles with a new trait that allows to repair faster, like twice faster, when the vehicle health is below, I think it's 25% health. So if you can pull out your repair tool just when a vehicle is really critical on health, you will be able to save those vehicles in that way. And you
When
can
they need it
also,
the most.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And you can
that's
also
pretty cool.
repair most gadgets twice faster all the time. That's an extra added bonus to Crawford. So in those changes, we made sure that we can build like an engineer identity around Crawford. But to make sure we even out the classes that we have, we've moved Irish, which has before been an engineer, into support. And the reasoning behind that is that we want the shoot down sentinel to be something that is really good to help your team, but mostly the soldiers in your team. Much like it's been, for example, in Battlefield 4, where we had the, I think it was also called the AMPS, which was mostly something you use to help your infantry soldiers in your team in choke points and things like this. So we felt like it was a pretty natural choice to move Irish into support. On top of that, Irish has the deployable cover, and we figured out that it would be actually a very interesting combination to be able to deploy some cover when you're trying to revive someone.
Yeah.
So it felt pretty natural to imagine that, oh, you know what, I need to revive this friendly player in my team, but they're very exposed in this open field. With Irish, I can deploy some cover and get a revive off pretty nicely.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty nice choice. And I do anticipate that in terms of like support usage, I think Irish will probably climb.
I'm very curious to actually, because like it's like when you look at it now in retrospect, it's just a very natural fit for him to be in the support role. So I'm actually very curious now that we enforce the class identity for, you know, our specialists, or especially Irish, if he will actually be
Remember,
used that
troopers,
way
if you haven't
more,
left a like, please do.
like it will help players
appreciate
figure out
it.
as well, like, see, okay, he's support, like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm gonna put this cover down in front of my friends. Hopefully they, you know, they stay alive. But if not, then you know, I can revive them.
Yeah.
And you have like the shoot down sentinel. So yeah, I think Irish will actually see a lot more playtime. Like he's quite strong. And he's a very
Another
cool kid
coffee?
as well.
Man, you're
What do
going to be
guys
running
think?
around in circles, Jim.
I think it's just a perfect fit to the support class. Like now that we've actually playtested it more and made the change, it just makes sense.
And his new, I think we did change his trait or specialty.
Yeah, exactly. So we previously had Crawford having a trait that gives some gadget ammo back to players that are revived. That trait moved to Irish now. So that gives extra reasons to pick Irish, because when you revive someone, you also give them ammo back.
And since Irish previously had like he has had armor tied to his trait before, so now armor is like exclusively for the assault class.
Exactly. So you will not see as much armor anymore. And actually, armor is something that we're constantly looking at in the game. It's been, I would say, contentious with the sentiment from the community around how armor can affect most engagements. So we're still looking at this, but we're trying to make sure that it's a bit more rare to have an encounter against soldiers that have armor. And this change will help with that, because if you want armor, you will have to play as assault. And in assault, you have some other gadgets you might want to have instead. I think C5 is probably one I can think about. So those compromises you will have to make might mean that you will see some armor every now and then, but not as much as before.
Okay. And I mean, we already covered Irish and Crawford, but the
What
return
was
to the class
that?
system comes with a whole set
But
of
they
balance
must have had a
changes
bit
in
of an
general,
audio
so
issue in the
I would
podcast.
love to dive a little bit deeper into that topic and maybe give some more examples of like the balance changes we made to like the overall specialist roster, and yeah, what your expectation is for how this will play out on the battlefield.
It's super interesting. We have so many layer of changes with this rework that we've had to think about what could potentially happen after this, and we've had players playtest this and give us some feedback. And one of the main feedback we've heard is that this change will probably mess with vehicle balance quite a lot. So we looked at that quite closely, and we made sure that the engineer class is really good against vehicle. So we've made adjustments around rocket launchers across the board to make sure that they're effective against vehicle after those changes. Since you will not see as many rocket launchers on the battlefield, we want to make sure that those few rocket launchers are pretty good against vehicles. So there's been some tuning around that. Of course, this 3.2 changes also come with some more changes to the vehicle play. For example, the AMPS is going to be available pretty much on all tanks. So that's extra things we're looking at to see how rocket launchers versus vehicles works after that. So there might be more changes coming in after this initial release of the rework. But that's the kind of stuff we've been looking at in particular. And the rework also comes with a bunch of extra additions to the all-out warfare experience. You're going to see.
Oh wow, this is memory lane montage right here, guys.
Available in Portal, now
Memory lane.
In all warfare, like the Javelin, for example.
6
the
years
EOD
old.
We've
6
also
years
added
old.
some of the recon gadgets that were available, for example, in the Battlefield 3 experience with the tugs. A bunch
The
of
tracer darts.
Exactly, yeah, the tracer darts. A bunch of extra tools that we've added into the mix that we've also carefully reviewed and made sure that they really fit within the all-out warfare experience. So it meant a bunch of changes to them, some quality of life improvements as well, and this should overall help, I think, with the offering of gadgets that are available to each classes. But we're also going to see how players will pick up those extra gadgets and how this will affect the way people play the game. So that's going to be very interesting. We've also looked at, of course, every other gadgets across the board to make sure that they really work well in our balance. So I have a hard time remembering every single changes because
you don't have to go to every single change.
It has been a lot of changes, but we actually didn't really follow the main vibe that we got from the community around, hey, please just move RAW to recon to engineer, because that's how I use it today, because that's not what we want from RAW, and we want some interplay between the recon class and the engineers. We don't want a RAW to become like a one-man army type of specialist that has no counter, is too easy to execute the way it is today. So we've done some changes over there, which are quite substantial, where we've allowed the hacking tool. I don't think that's quite the name. I think it's Cyber Warfare Suit, right? The Cyber Warfare Suit now also locks the vehicles that you will be targeting. So you will have some nice new interplay between RAW and the engineers. If you equip the rocket launcher as an engineer and RAW marks the target, you will also be able to lock onto that target.
It's better for squad play.
It is for sure much better.
Cool. So I think it's nice that we, like, instead of moving his class, like, we made changes to make him fit better in like the role that he's supposed to play and really add to the team play. And Oliver, like, question for you, like, as a big Battlefield fan and like a player, how does it feel that we're bringing like a lot of gadgets from Portal over to All Out Warfare, and like and that we bring them back to the classes, like some fan favorites?
Yeah, it's exciting. I'm nostalgic. Let me just start with taking a biscuit here.
Yes. What are those biscuits called in Swedish?
Hallongrotta.
Hallongrotta.
Yeah.
There we go.
Some raspberry thing. The first game I played was Bad Company 2. But I never owned it myself. That was my friend had it, and then I played. But then Battlefield 3 was the first one that I owned, and I have so many hours in that one. I played like every day after school with my friends. We were 4 friends that were a full mate squad. I always played. I was always reviving people. That was like my role. I've always liked that. and like seeing, it's just so nostalgic bringing back some of those gadgets, and even just like the tugs, just I don't know, it's something that connects it with the previous Battlefields for me. The tracer dart is a really nice like synergy from the recon class to be able to connect with the engineers, with the rocket launchers, and the EOD bot is just like crazy fun. Like I don't know, driving the EOD bot into a house full of enemies and just like poking them with the sapping tool. Like it's so much fun.
Like those fun moments.
Yeah, but it also
definitely.
like just widens the arsenal. I think BF3 had a lot of good gadgets, BC2 of course as well. So just bringing them in just gives a big, like a wider variety to the game.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I feel it's gonna be a lot of fun just seeing those extra. So we're bringing structure, but we're also bringing back some like I guess favorites that, and like I just don't know what's gonna happen. We have new options for gameplay, so very excited to see it play out myself.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of guesses as to what could happen, but I think we're gonna not really imagine too much and see how it actually plays out. And then we'll probably make some adjustments based on what we're seeing. But yeah, it's exciting times to just see things shift around, balance of the game change a little bit, the meta shift a little bit.
I think it's good that if the meta shifts every now and then. But just one thing to add there. So we will have an episode probably in early February where we answer listener questions. So we will have a Q&A about update 3.2. So if you have any questions once you've played, let us know. You can reach out at podcast@battlefield.com or at Battlefield on Twitter. So just, as soon as the update is out, end of this month, let us know your questions, feedback. We're looking forward to covering that in an upcoming episode. Then I would love to go a little bit into the UI. So we changed the gameplay, like we changed the balance, but there's much more work that takes place for the return to the class system. So I think Oliver, this is something you'll be able to speak to.
Yeah, from like a tech perspective. Actually, the biggest part of our changes are in the UI. So we've actually changed. So we no longer have the loadout screen, which was called before in the collection, and now instead have a dedicated classes screen. That is like your go-to place to find info about your classes, what specialists are in those classes, what gadgetry they have, but you can also, that's where you edit your loadout nowadays. With that change, we've kind of, we wanted to move over to having class loadouts, since gadgets and throwables are not like universally available to all specialists anymore. We can't have like the custom loadouts used by all specialists. So we really wanted to enhance like the class gameplay to have these class loadouts. With that change, it just made sense to like edit those with the specialists in the classes screen. Like there's so many UI changes, so it's
little small changes.
Yeah, like small polish things are everywhere. Like we changed icons. We've added the class icons above soldiers in the in-game HUD, so you can like more easily spot an engineer or support. We've added those icons to the scoreboard, so you know like how many players play each class in the team. What can I pick to kind of synergize with that? Like there's too many small things to mention, and I'm like really excited to see players like pick up on these small changes.
Small little details. But ultimately, I think the end goal it is more intuitive.
Yeah. Remember, troopers, you haven't left a like, please do. We need 2 more likes of 30.
Like, the identity of class, your role on the battlefield, but also like the identification of friendlies, enemies. It's much easier with these added UI changes.
Yeah.
And one important thing I think I do want to add is, like you touched upon a little bit, like your loadout is now specific to your class. So before you had like your loadout for like Oral and Irish, they were separate, but like you have your loadout for the engineer class. So it should be much smoother to switch between like the different engineer specialists because you have your loadout ready. You can just jump in.
Yeah.
While before, like, you had so much freedom, but it also meant more tweaking around with how you want your specialists to play and what available options you had. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we kind of playtested that and tried having like one loadout per specialist, etc. But it just ended up being like too much work for the player. Like, you don't want to think about that. You want to pick like the loadout that fits your character and then get into the game. But this, we kind of found a nice middle ground where it's tied to the class. And one really important thing to mention there is that since we no longer have like the custom named loadouts, the loadouts will be resetting. So when players boot up the game in 3.2, the custom loadouts will like not transfer over because you might have picked.
No,
like,
the class system hasn't released yet.
The loadout,
and that's coming out next week.
Use for, like,
we'll just listen to a podcast with all the information on the classes.
We have to kind of reset them to something that makes sense. All your like progress on weapons, everything will remain, of course.
Yeah.
It's just that those 4 things that you select, the primary, the secondary, the gadget, and the throwable, you will have to rechange those, which I think you might want to do anyway, since it's such a like a meta change to the game that your previously picked gadget might not even be the one you want to play with anymore. So that's an important thing to mention. But also this loadout system kind of brings it into how it actually already works in Portal, where like the loadouts are tied to the class. So now it's just more consistent and coherent in the whole game.
Yeah. So I think when you first boot up the game, once the update is live later this month, just maybe scroll a little bit through the menus, go check it out, check what is each class, what do they have available, set up your loadouts, just spend a little bit of time just browsing everything that's new, which is something I always like doing. Like whenever a new update launches, to see what has changed. And I think it's interesting you mentioned Portal, but how Portal is now, like, you can still play those traditional classes in Portal and set it up the way you want to there, so that gameplay doesn't change. So if you want, if you have enjoyed that gameplay, like, that's still available in Portal, correct?
Yeah, so we've added 2 new modifiers to the Portal website, where you build your custom game modes. So if you want to set up a game mode,
this was such a nice clip I hit. This was a 6-man point stack with the Gewehr 95.
The regular gadgets again. You can do that because there's just a simple switch. There's one for gadgets, and then there's one for throwables. Those will like change the available gadgetry for you, but they will not be like a full revert of the changes we've made. So, for example, the class gadget slot will still remain.
Okay.
So toggling that switch will not bring back the spawn beacon to all classes, because that's the
All
class
right, Graham, you take it easy, buddy.
But it will make sure.
Yeah, this podcast is almost finished.
A rocket
That's like
launcher
less than
with
10 minutes.
Sundance and the wingsuit, for example.
Okay. Great, so we've got a lot of changes coming in this update. So what I would love to hear from both of you is how do you think it will play out on the battlefield once the changes are live? But also, what are you looking forward to the most personally? So, Oliver, let's start with you.
Oh, I think for me it has to be, like, of course, just seeing players play what we have made. That's going to be nice, but especially the more usage of the repair tool, since you always have that with you. But also just the defibs. Seeing players finally like zap people again. I always found that funny.
Because you were the reviver, that was your role.
Exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
Awesome. Florian, what about you?
So yeah, I'm very excited to see how players will pick up the different specialists and the classes now. I'm anticipating that we'll see a lot more team play, since now you will have to actually make a choice to deal with the different situations on the battlefield. So if you see a tank, you will have to select an engineer to deal with that. So you'll see that all over the place, also with support and having to revive, provide ammo and health. What I'm also excited about is to see how the vehicle balance will play out. Since we've been making so many changes, and there's been other additions as well on the side with the AMPS available now on most of the tanks. This is going to change how the game plays quite a lot. So I'm excited to see that go live, and we're looking at potential extra changes based on how things will look like, but we'll only
Damn,
really know
I only
once
just
the
hit
players
1,000
have
subs
their
when this video
hands,
came out.
on the update.
Look at the sub count.
So, folks, we'll be closely monitoring how it plays out. We're ready to stand by with additional changes if necessary, and please give us your feedback. We'd love to hear from you. I think that closes it out for us on the return to the class system today. It was very, very nice to have a deep dive into that. But Florian, I think you had one further change you wanted to mention.
Oh yeah, yes. So we're making some changes to gamepad controls on controller, of course, because we've had to add the extra class gadget. We've had to reshuffle some of the controls on controller. So when you play the update, take a look at your controls. Some things will have probably changed a little bit, so you might have to do some adjustments again. But hopefully those changes make sense.
Okay, it's gonna be with your muscle memory the first time you will probably press the same buttons.
Yeah.
But okay, so looking forward to that update launching later this month. So before we close off for today, let's do a quick recap of what's coming this week. So we have the Community Spotlight Gunfire Royale going live on Tuesday. Rush Hardcore. Obviously, Exodus Conquest is still available as it was the week previously.
I know, it's like
We
a
have
4-year-old
new
me.
podcast next week going live on Monday, where we do a deep dive into 3.2.
Couldn't even
So
grow a
today
mustache
we
then.
talked about the return to the class system, but obviously there's a whole more set of changes in the update. The breakaway rework, active protection system coming to more tanks. We've got new vault weapons, just a whole set of balance changes, and below radar for aircraft. So we'll dive into that next week. If you have any questions for us, do get in touch with us via podcast@battlefield.com or find us on @battlefield at Twitter. Like, we're looking forward to your feedback, thoughts on the podcast, anything you want to chat to us about. We will have a dedicated Q&A podcast a few weeks from now after update 3.2 is live. And of course, I want to thank you both, Florian and Oliver, for being here today in our very first Inside Battlefield podcast. It's
been really nice. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah.
It's nice to talk about this finally.
You're welcome. Like, it's good to chat some Battlefield and have a cup of coffee with it.
For sure.
Oh, yeah, it's been
How you doing,
good. Could go
Christopher?
on about an extra hour of this.
Yeah.
Easily.
So
It's a long episode,
for everyone listening, like, obviously we wanted the podcast to be around like 30-45 minutes so you could relax, walk the dog, listen to it, but I think we just we kept talking and it went a little bit over, so I hope you enjoyed it. So we're looking forward to hopefully hearing you or seeing you, having you join in next Monday. Thank you so much for listening. Remember, play the objective. See you in the next one, folks. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What are we having for lunch today? Pineapple pizza?
Yeah. Are you on Team Pineapple?
Yuck.
Okay. Great.
Ooh. That's it. What do we think, guys? What do we think? So were you still a virgin then? I've been married for coming up to 4 years. I've been married, and I've been with a wife for like 7 years. So hopefully not. To be fair, though, I was a pretty freaking virgin at that point, though. I was such a slob, man. I gamed that game so hard. If you're gonna become a tier 2 next month, I might as well just add you. I'm not gonna be this person that'll just let you just suffer and wait to become a tier 2. Nah, man, like Get me now, get me now. We're all virgins once. Yes. Yes, we are. Let's play off. Oh, troopers, I'm really close to tier 1 in a tank. Do I have the permission to play tank for a little bit? Like the little vehicle mode? Honestly, I gotta be real with you. That podcast, I didn't really learn that much either, to be fair.
Started.
Like, I learned a little bit, but I didn't really learn a lot. What is the ad? Is it this one? So what did we learn? Honestly, there wasn't that much. Of course, they said the defibrillator. So, you know, the little... Right, so we know that's coming in. We know, like, claymores and stuff. We know Crawford's getting changed, but it's not... I don't know. I think a lot of it's just because, like, none of us really care what they have to say. I think it's more just, like, come on, bring the update, you know? No, this is today's podcast. That's why I thought we'd play it on stream, because this just went live, like, a couple hours ago. Ah! What's going on here? Ah! Oh my god! What's my gameplay? Oh! Here we go. Caroline, how you doing? Oh, that's your user? Sure. Where do I go for friends? Where's the whole friends thing? Search for players? God's sake. Hang on. Sorry, I'm not really good with all this. I don't use the dashboard a lot. That's your notifications. Friends. So, options. Go to game bar. Ah, here we go. That's messages. Where do you go to friend request, dude? Oh my god. Where's the friend request stuff? Someone help me. Where do I see friend request? What do I do? I don't know. How do I do that? Can someone help me? How do I check a friend request stuff? Like on the PlayStation. I don't use the PlayStation dashboard, alright? I just play games on it. Alright? I don't use like the whole party things and all that. Can someone help me? This is not even the right tank. I need to use the US tank. Maybe just click search for players. What's your name? Oh. Yeah, see, that's a smart thing. It's so annoying though, like I wish I could just go on to my friends list. Oh, that ain't right. I don't exist. Did I put it in right? Oh, I know all this. I know all this. But he's sending it through PlayStation. Oh, I hope he's on new gen. What platform do you play on, Canadian guy? No, you're on PlayStation 5? It's weird I can't find you. Where's the tank? Oh, there's a big tank.
Vehicle hit one.
Oh my god. God. No, no, I'm away, tank. I'm away. I'm away. Tank! For goodness sake. Right, thanks, tank. Tank almost got me killed, man. Thanks to the hills. Try to get this tank, shall we? Once. Oh. That tank bonks me one more time. I can't see him, he smoked it. Do you not know I'm here? I got him. He's gone. Oh, hang on, hang on. Oh. It's an AA. Where is he? Do you not know your gamer tag? Ooh, I'm going off now. Through that. Man, I need some some friendly tanks to come over here or something. Cause I'm about to freaking die. Oh, that Liz did it. Yep. Okay, I will try one more time. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know where friends list is. So how does this all work? So you go on like media? No. Game. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know this whole friends thing. Game bar friends. And these are my friends. Say 200? I'm guessing that's you. Huh. Kind of weird how I all of a sudden saw him. But that's the account, right? That's the one you put in before. Yes? Alright, sweet. Oh, yep, there we go. There you go. Sorry about that. That took a bit more longer than I was expecting.
We've lost too many. We're running out of resources.
Yeah, it's tank mode stuff's not too bad. god. Oh!
Enemy forces attacking Alpha 1.
Like a bullet penetration. Damage went like through the tank.
If you do not secure those
So,
sectors now,
serious question then, troopers, right? When the class system comes out, what is your go-to classes? What's it going to be, guys?
we've lost control of
You're
Alpha
going to
1.
be a support, engineer, recon, assault. See, for me, really, I'm going to be assault. Assault all the time, all the way through it. I feel like the rest of this whole cycle of this game, it will be assault. Maybe a little bit of medic, but yeah, I think it's going to be just strictly assault for me. You got McKay, Zhang in there. Like, they're some of the top tier specialists, you know? For aggressive playstyle, it is. Like, getting like loads of kills. That is exactly what is really good for the assault one. So I'm so all the way through. Muscles, what's up, man? What's up, dude? How you doing? Engineer. It definitely seems like in that podcast they were speaking so highly on engineer. And that's the one thing though, in this game, being an engineer is so lackluster. Like, people really don't bother. So this might work out pretty cool. How far? So I need to make sure I'm on the US side to do it, but I think I'm like 30 kills away. That's kills and assists. But it's just the US tank for tier 1. I'm a little bit far away on the other tank. But like, I'll show you. See? That's how close I am to tier 1 in it. Oh crap, I don't think you guys can see. There you go. And then this one is the other one. So that was the one we was just using on the Russian side. But this is the one I'm almost done. I'm really close. But yeah, then I can start using the tier 1 tank skin. And that's going to be pretty cool. I don't think they're going to buff the K30. They nerfed it so many times to just buff it now. Crap. So you die, Neon. Oh, the back to back. Back to back tank takedowns. Oh. You got me pretty good there. Oh god, he charged me. He literally chased me. Oh my god. I was not ready for that.
What's our status? Timetable
Chase
off.
me.
We need to secure more territory.
Oh, my dogs are playing now. They're going crazy.
Taking losses!
You just killed me? Oh man, I thought we had a friendship. I just added you to a friends list. And that's what you do to me? We can't be friends no more,
We
man.
are about to attack Alpha 1.
Oh, it's nice he was weak. Oh, he got me. Literally got that. Man. It's like, no, please no. It's like, I have children. Oh. Oh, I'm going for the tank flank. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh, it's got mugged off. Oh, crap, so he died. Peace out. Oh, shit. Oh. You got me, man. You got me. Hey, what do you think about the whole tank play stuff? I think it's like so adrenaline.
They're hitting Alpha 1.
I kind of like it, man. I like the whole little like tank vibe and stuff. I think it's kind of cool. Hey, troops, come on. Let's go push some, like, what, 40 likes? What's the likes going to be today? We already got 30. I'm really happy with that. Thank you. It's like what we got the last 2 streams, and we did that in like an hour and a half. That's pretty dope. Thank you. We can shoot for like 50, I guarantee you. Yeah, it's one of them modes, you know what I mean, what actually kind of gets me a little bit. Repair guy though, yeah, well, I'm not really seeing him come out and play too much. I keep hitting him. I gotta chase him. Oh, really? Yeah, that's my bad. Maybe that tank's gonna stand a chance, really. God, Liz can be a pain, eh? Oh, I'm sorry, teammate. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. Come on, I'll take the heat. I'll take the heat. I'll take the heat. You feel weak. Oh, no, he's hungry for it.
An objective is under attack.
Oh, what a weird angle. Oh, EMP'd. Sucks, bro. Oh, hello. Oh, I hate when they do that.
They're hitting Alpha 1 hard. They forced us off, Alpha 1.
Hit from the left!
You almost got me. Uh-oh. Just need to get more high tech. Unbelievable. Are you kidding me? Wow, you idiot, dude. How did we even manage to do this? Are you kidding me? Look at this. Ew, gross. Go away. I'm married. That sucks. God. Oh man. Okay, so they have like the little like launcher thing. That's what it is. Okay, so hang on. Go here. Right, so that's all fine. Okay. Instead of doing that, you do the torpedo because that will actually deal damage. And then we'll have this because I believe that also does damage. Could be the pod rockets, actually. And then that's it. Yeah. Any better skins, though? Man, the tank skins are some of the ugliest skins I've seen in the game. And then the only ones that actually look some sort of decent, you have to pay for. That's why I'm grinding for the tier 1. Because at least the tier 1 looks nice. Where's the tier 1? Where is the tier 1? This. Yeah, there. Yeah.
Can't let them defeat us this way. Secure those sectors through.
Some music going again. I like how I can control it now. We can have it a little bit higher though. Kind of like vibe out. Hang on. I noticed the Spotify music's not even playing. How about that, eh?
Tank sighted. 060 degrees. 250 meters.
That whole time when music wasn't playing. That sucks. I'm sorry, guys. You guys are missing out on such a good time. Oh, thank God.
Next one.
I've got one tank. Man, how did I survive that? Hectic, man. Oh, I was gonna lit him up. I just had my whole method of tanking. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, right? So when I see a tank, I'm going to shoot it once. I'm going to hit it. Then I'm going to get my torpedo missile. I'm going to hit it. So it's going to be like this, okay? I'm going to go boom, boom, and then back. And that's it. It's going to be the triple wave. Right, I want to see how effective it actually is. Alright, we gotta be some sort of close though, so I gotta be quick. Oh god, that's slow. That's slow. I'll work on it. Okay, so the little like missiles, they do nothing to the tank. It's just that little missile thing. Pull it back, come on! God, there's a delay on it, no. It's gonna be rough. Mortar pods does more damage, okay. Hey, SirNug, I have a bone to pick with you. I think he knows what I'm going to say to him. Yeah, it's a delay in the tank what annoys me. Oh god, no, I missed them both as well.
Damage to the vehicle! Damage is critical!
Oh no, you can do damage. So what fools have come at me? Where's the dog photos? That is what I want to know. Where's the dog photos? I'm fuming. I've been waiting, man. And no dog photos. Hey, welcome back, Grim. Yeah, I'm fuming, man. Feynix spent the whole weekend upgrading the Discord server, and you can't even put a dog photo in the chat. I'm sorry, troopers. I'm just getting emotional. So I haven't had that many. It's the lowest as that. So between a puppy and a 1-year-old. Oh, yeah, there's troopers. The excuses. The excuses. So I posted a few. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh. Oh my goodness. That's a crime to look that cute, man. The crime. Someone thin ice. It is quite cold today. Now I'm a little bit nippy. You even got the heat on. Oh dear God. Oh. Oh, I can't wait when Nikki sees them. Yeah, he posted it into the Discord server. It's not my server, it's everyone's server. The Pink Army is part of everyone's server. The Liz players. The ice is getting thinner. SirNug, are you threatening me? Because I feel intimidated right now. Don't make me come over there. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Never again. I'm in my place now. I'll stay in this place, okay? I'll stay on the other side of the ice, okay? Just pulling faces to you. I go. Want to be friends on Discord? I don't actually add anyone on Discord. People can DM me if they have access to my Discord server. So if you're in a Discord server, you can drop me a message whenever. I just realized this song just is like get high. Oh no, it's can't hide. Gotta say. Alright. I'm just gonna keep backing out until we can get the I'm ignoring you, Neon. What?
Let's get started.
How do you ignore someone by watching their stream? Wow. Wait, so you're trying to tell me, right, that SirNug's just coming in the stream and he's like, I'm not going to listen to you, I'm not going to talk to you, I'm not even going to acknowledge you, but I'm going to talk in your chat. That's literally how... It hurts, Nugs. It hurts. You know, if you hear this, right, just, I'm emotional right now. Already having a rough day. I burnt my lip when I was drinking my hot coffee for a straw. And ever since then, everything's just went downhill. Ugh. Sorry, guys. It's not my brightest moment in the world. You know what might cheer me up, guys? A gifted membership. Maybe. Perhaps. It depends. I feel like that might cheer me up. And it'll probably cheer someone else too.
Taking control, point by point. We've lost control. Our troops are advancing on Alpha 1.
I don't know why they jumped up that hill so quick. Fucking pile that hill. No, look at them. Just pinging them off. Dave. It's a sub everyone except Neon. Oh my god! I've never felt so violated in my life. It's okay. It's fine. Oh god, they're doing a lot of damage to me. Oh, why'd you guys jump out? Oh. But don't cry, my man. No, no, it's alright. I'm holding the tears. I'm holding it back. I'm okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I got nothing but love for you. Oh, there you get me going again. I can't believe. Oh my god. It's just the fact that like me and SirNug just like SirNug came in and he's just like basically not even talking to me. He's just not acknowledging me in the stream. Just been talking to the chat. And it was just so funny because then Dave just comes in like 5 minutes later and he's like, hi everyone, except Neon. I was just like, there's no point me even like being the streamer, you know? I'll just stream, just not say a word. Just let you guys do it. Oh, no shot. Satisfying sometimes to get these tanks.
This is great.
Oh, oh yeah. Call my ears, man, and call me Bugs Bunny. Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Uh-oh. It's not a good sign, is it? Oh. Hey, there he is, the Mr. Cato! Cato. How you doing, buddy? How's your weekend, man? Don't know, it's a perfect time by David. I know, it just happens, I guess. It's not a normal stream, is it, if I don't get roasted, you know? The weekend was crap, so got caught in the work. Did you not say no? Did you have to go in? I know, I'm moving. Yeah, it was a good time Saturday. So turn into a sinus thing? Oh no. So you got like all this like type of phlegm in your throat and stuff. Dude, I hope you get better, man. Yeah, I could tell when you were speaking on Saturday, you sound a little bit off. Yeah, probably the exhaustion and stuff, you know what I mean? Like the cold got you the cold, you know? God's sake, man, I suck. Need to figure out a different strategy. You know, I'm just really like looking at the stream and just chatting stuff. You know, we could just put the stream members only and it wouldn't even change anything. I think all people talking in the chat right now is just strictly members. It's kind of mad, you know. So cool, man, to see all the different badges and stuff now. Oh, someone hit me. Oh. Oh, someone's just hacking me though. Man, I can't believe you had to go into work, Cato. That sucks, man. But you do long hours as well.
Wow.
It's this bit when they're coming down the hill is the problem. Oh, God. Now let me heal for a second. Oh my God. There's a lot of people on recoil list. Right, how close am I? I've got to be almost tier 1 in it, right? Oh my God, it's like 11 more. 11 more. And that's it, and then I tiered 1 the tank. So Neon versus Grim, so who will win? Obviously me. I'm the best of the best, dude. Can't defeat me. You're not seeing what's on top of my head? Yes, big brains. You know what happens with big brains? Victory. You know what happens with victory? I don't know what happened. Peace. I don't know.
Enemy forces attacking Alpha 1.
When's the update? It'll be next week. How do you gift a sub? It's in the oh, hang on, let me try to get this guy real quick. So we gift a sub, you have to click the $sign and it'll actually show and say gifted. Yeah, I'm just so smart, my brain just doesn't fit in my head, so it has to come from the outside. Like I'm like so smart. Like some people say to me that I'm gonna become the future of jazz.
We have been pushed off Alpha 1.
What? Huh? How? Okay. Yeah, I just don't like the whole delay on that style. Oh. No. Dave for the 4 months. Thanks, bud. Feels longer than 4 months. Dude, it really does, man. It's because it's because you made such a big impact. That's why. Thank you, Dave, for keeping that going, man. I appreciate it. GG Dave to the gift father. Yeah. The gift father Brown. Yeah, that'd be like the full name, wouldn't it? Gift father Brown. Dave the gift father Brown. Man. I gotta be close. I have to be close. Oh my god, I really hope I can complete it though. I need to go on like one more like tear kill streak, you know? It's messing people up. All over that hill. See, look, you see that? It just randomly exploded. Didn't even travel the distance. No, I'm just trying to finish off tier 1 in this tank. I'm really close to doing it.
Nice work!
I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. 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 Wow, actually survived. Kinda mad.
Ice on hot at 140 degrees.
Oh. And you got SirNug with the 39. My god, 40 months soon, man. Holy crap. That's insane. Holy crap, Nugs just whipped out his slong and just slapped it on the table and he's like, check out this bad boy. Everyone else is just like, wow, you have a look at the size of that. Yeah, SirNug is the second longest running member. The second longest. The first is Rooster. Yeah, but SirNug is actually the second longest running member in the stream. Well, on the channel. It's insane. Right, I need to do one more game.
Ready.
It should be next to emotes. Show a milestone message. Yeah, you probably have to do the milestone message to see that, but yeah, you should be available to gift. You got to make sure you're on, like, I think it's the dashboard you can gift to, because I can see it here. It says buy memberships for multiple viewers. You can do up to gifting 1 membership, 5, 10, 20, 50. Thank God, that's crazy. 50 members. A lot.
We have them where we want them. Hold that territory.
Hey, you creeped up to 1 year though, Optic. Thanks, man. 1 year. So isn't there a problem the YouTube account isn't personal? Maybe if you have all private settings on, maybe. I can't clarify on that. Yeah, as I was saying, I think it's only desktop you can do it on. I don't think they bought it all to like mobile just yet. Anyway, I need to show you guys how close I am. Oh, I'm literally 1 away. I'm 1 kill away from tier 1 in the tank. This will be my first ever vehicle, by the way, to tier 1. I just want to point out. My first ever. Yeah, it's probably because it has to be desktop, so you have to go to the web browser of it. Instead of using the YouTube app, you probably have to do the web browser. There we go. I did it. I did it. I tiered 1 my first ever vehicle. I did it. I did it, guys. I tiered 1 my first ever vehicle. Where is it? There we go. Tier 1. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Ooh. Look at that. Look at that, man. Yeah, man. That's what I was grinding for. Get that tier 1 skin. Yeah, I never tiered 1 a vehicle before until now. Okay, anyway, we can back out of this now. Hang on, I've got to get a screenshot. Okay, got it. All right, so what are we jumping into? Oh, no, you come on.
Let's get started.
I was going to say, yeah. Send you an invite. Oh, I got the new weapon skin, by the way. It's a free weapon skin. I don't know if anyone's ever used this one before. It's pretty cool. Probably could turn us down, right? Gonna say, I don't think we need to like blasting, do we? Getting a bit too loud, wasn't it? Oh, damn, 1 more like away from 40. Come on, troopers, let's get the 40 bomb. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it has to be done on a desktop because it's just not available on phone yet. I feel like once it's available on phone, I think gifted members might thrive a little bit more. So we got 41 now. Hell yeah! Let's go, man. Thank you very much to every single person who left a generous like today. I do appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoy your stay today on the Pinkwig airline.
Exodus, we stand together.
Can't believe I'm almost rank 300. What's wrong with me? Oh, thank you, Jim. Yeah, I'm glad I finally got it done.
We believe a cyber attack from this location is imminent, and we are out of diplomatic options.
Leading Aegis, how you doing?
We're trusting you to do this. Fight well.
With more boring loadouts, it's not going to restrict you. You can still use all your weapons. It's just restricting when it comes to gadgets, really. Did I hear that right? So only one vehicle? It says no choppers, no bolt or recon? No, no. Yeah, the US tank is the first vehicle I've tiered 1.
Nice work.
Man, what's the chance of that? Chopper down. Oh, perfect angle. That chopper's actually going quite slow. Considering might be available to hit him. Yeah, he thinks he's all slick.
We need a medic!
No, honestly, dude, though, loads of people were shocked as well about how I didn't tier 1 the tanks and what choppers or anything like that. I'm just not an air vehicle player. I'm more infantry. Oh, that Jack wants me. I need a hill. Gonna hit that jet in the air. Well, where is he though? Where's the jet? I got myself up on the hill to hit him. Is he gone? Or was it a tornado? Bring back sniping Neon. Man, I haven't sniped in ages though. I had a little bit of a moment with the NTW a couple of days ago though. That was kind of fire. Maybe. I'll think about it. I'm just so invested into red gunning. I love that style. I love being sweaty about it. I feel like I'm pretty good at it, you know. But that was the reason why I did snipe, because sniping was the challenge for me. Peekaboo! Fire! And fire! It appears that you have counted my measures. Oh. So who has watched Last of Us now? Any of you guys started watching it? I haven't watched the second episode. I'm watching that later on when my wife gets home from work. What she actually should be almost home. Yeah, I watched the first one, instant hook, man. I think it's going to be a very successful series, The Last of Us. It done really well on HBO. It's like a world record for like second watch. Yeah, been doing really, really well. Here's another jet. You only seen the first episode? Yeah, same here. I've only seen the first one. I was just saying who's seen it so far. Yeah, I don't want any spoils just yet. So it appears that this guy wants to try to get me. Oh, he almost died.
Danger located. 200 degrees. 90 meters from your position.
The jet almost died. Oh, I'm shaking. Why is this shaking for me?
Hostile located. 180
Anyone see that jet?
50 meters.
I didn't see no jet in the air. Did he also crash his as well? I think they also crashed his jet.
Right on the map. 100 degrees. Pretty far.
It is a little bit weird, isn't it? Hey, that guy's been doing great ever since like The Mandalorian came out for him. He's doing really good for himself. He's done a lot of good films now, and now he's got like he locked in the Last of Us one as well. Yeah, that guy's gonna be a very big actor now. You know, TV shows are coming way more popular than movies now. Of course.
Nice!
Got him. What can I say? Oh. Gonna get you, son of a gun. Think you're cool, don't you? Think you're a cool gangster. You think you're rolling these streets, huh? Come on. Get down, I'm gonna get you. Oh. Yeah. He's getting scared. I'm gonna hit him. You know I am. These are not even missed shots. These are calculation shots. Hey, what's up, coach? How did your date turn out? What an idiot. See what that guy did?
Enemy has all of Bravo sector.
Did that guy crash this chopper too? I think he did. That was a bolt, that's why.
They got one of us!
No! The date turned into multiple dates. There's over a couple of dates. And she shared that life story and also with me, so I had a lot. Oh wow, so he's like, it's like the real deal now, eh? Sounds like that went well. That's good. It already sounds like you two had your shared comfort experience, you know? Just connecting with another human being. That's nice of you, dude. Well, I hope that everything goes well for you. You sound like you're happy, man. What about British tea, eh?
All enemy is outdoors. We've taken Charlie 1. We have total control of all.
On your feet, you bottle.
I was just trying to reload my gun. No, I didn't get laid, as I didn't expect. Oh no, I was hoping it wasn't. You gotta save it to make it special, you know. If you don't, when the time comes and you're gonna make it special with a lady, you know what I mean? I always feel like it needs to be special, not like a quick jump in the action, get it over and done with. Like, you know, if you make it special, then it makes that relationship special. Yeah, I never understand that whole like jumping in bed with someone else situation. I know, just like horny dogs out there, I guess.
That's one down.
Mikey, what up, dude?
Objective secure. Charlie sector secure. Defend those objectives.
One down.
I know it's gonna die. Might as well salute my death.
US forces attacking one of our objectives. The enemy is conquering sectors at a rapid pace. Now hold one.
They were like spawn trapping them. This is their spawn. I just don't want to sit in that spawn for ages though. Go, guy in front. That guy in front? Wait, how did I see that guy? The frick? You guys see that? Unless it like just bugged and it just traveled all the way through. No, that's it, troopers. Exposed. Aimbot. Uh-oh. No, it's not aimbot, is it? What's it called? War hacks. That's it. War hacks. Uh-oh. Been caught. Red-handed. Oh, no, no. He fell at the tank? Oh my god, he did. Thanks. Oh my god, this guy's pissed. I just stole his tank. I legit just stole his tank. Oh my god.
Just pull back from Charlie 2.
Oh my god.
They captured all of
That's
Charlie
funny. This is my tank now.
Hostiles control more sectors. Our forces are assaulting Alpha 2.
Ugh. we go. The flag. Or 1 XP.
Someone fix this vehicle for me.
I'm on fire! Getting hot in here. It's getting hot in here. Oh my god. Nice one, Bob. Oh, that's down. Help me, Tom Cruise. Hey, thank you for the sub. Justin, thank you for the sub. Appreciate that, buddy. Oh. Oh, you just choose death. Oh, no. Ugh. I got him. Now, look at me. I'm doing 23-2. What can I say? What can I say? Just a natural gift. Where's he going? I'm coming to get you. Where is he? Oh, he's wingsuiting it. Look at him think he's all cool. Little he knows. Sneak up on him like a turd. That was definitely a PC pip there. 100%, you almost got me.
They're hitting Charlie 1 hard.
Objective captured and secured.
Objective secure. Charlie sector under control.
Ah, I'm always playing the tunes, eh? Man, I'm not a fan of Conquest, tell you that for sure. So slow. To catch you on the flip side, fam. Oh no, because you take it easy, buddy. I appreciate you stopping by, man. I'm going to show Nikki the photos of the dog later. Thank you, Sheridan, man. I was waiting as well. I told her about it. I was like, oh yeah, no, just going to share some photos on Friday. And you never did. But no, it's totally fine, man. It's totally fine. Thank you, Sharon, son. Got an adorable dog right there. I can barely see you. Oh, I can barely see the guy.
Hold on, reloading. Cover me!
Ah.
Alpha 1 was just taken by us.
Nugget, what's up, man?
Alpha sector secured.
It has been a while. How have you been? Okay, I'm guessing life's been really busy for a while, eh?
Cover me! Reloading!
I hope you're doing better now.
110 meters away.
Enemy down!
You are making this look easy. Oh, motherfucker under fire!
Oh, I bet, Nugget. I bet, man. Yeah, it's been a while, though. It's been like... Christ, it's been, what, nearly like... half a year? I would assume so.
Enemy helo, 110 degrees. 250. I've lost control of
Yeah, it's been a long time, man.
The enemy has seized Charlie 1.
We have lost Charlie sector to our enemy.
So how is, what is life looking at right now? Like, how's that look for you right now? What's the stuff you're currently doing or been doing?
They hold on.
Our troops are attacking Charlie 1.
So I gotta go to interviews and wish me luck to BRB. Hey, good luck, man.
Need to reload!
To nothing but going to school and repeat. Oh, damn. So you're like hustling.
Out of ammo! Let's reload!
We have the advantage. Hold your objective.
Our forces have taken Charlie sector.
We are dominating the battlefield. Maintain your position. Hostiles now control Alpha 1.
Oh, guys, miles away. Suck my egg. Oh my god, what a coincidence. I always tell people I'm like, suck an egg. And that guy has like just straight up done that.
We have taken control of an objective. We have taken Alpha sector.
We're the main force. American forces will take it.
The game crashed? Oh, that sucks. Oh, man.
They're abandoning the fight.
I still did 31-5, so it's not too bad, is it? I wonder if we should do a little bit of TDM. Do a couple of games TDM.
Come in. Let's go.
Very curious to see what everyone's saying about the whole class system. Oh, you guys liking the thumbnail stuff, by the way? Like with the weapons? Right, anyway, let's go into TDM. I'll probably need to invite my squad mate. Oh, it's okay, he's on. Oh, Gav's on. Oh, he's probably gonna start up streaming soon, I'm guessing. Unless he's already streaming. He's playing Breakthrough. All right. Let's go.
I got this. Friendly is down.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Get that suppressor off, but we don't need to be rocking suppressor right now. Oh. So I'm scared to death, so I'm gonna lose power again. So I lost it for 3 to 5 to AM. What, 3 in the afternoon to 5 AM, or 3 in the morning to 5 in the morning? So it's snowing like crazy again. Well, if you lose power, you shouldn't be worried too much about, like, if you're gonna lose it for a couple hours, you should be okay. And being cold enough as well, you can move most of your stuff out to the colder area. That's what we would do if we lose power. But it's not good to lose power when it's like loads of snow. No, because you want to keep your house warm. It's gonna be freezing else, dude. Hopefully it gets all some sort of sorted. Like you, buddy.
Tango down. Reload him.
Oh yeah, if you got a generator, that might come in handy. Yeah, but you need a massive generator if you want to heat up like your house and stuff. even then, using a generator for like heat or something would be quite crazy.
Need to reload! We're losing people! I need
Gotcha,
help.
gotcha.
I'll get you moving. Hold on! Thanks.
Oh, reload, reload.
I'm reloading!
No way. Oh. I was literally just about to reload. Just about. They just keep coming. Wasn't ready for them.
Reloading! Cover me!
Oh, there we go.
I'm here. Right up the move.
Okay, these up. Switch magazine back to that.
Reloading now!
No, you're coming that side. Oh, hang on, hang on. No. Oh, maybe. No. Okay, so we know where they're coming from. That's weird though, because they actually don't spawn there. I don't get why they're spawning there. Not your usual spawn position.
Going up!
Oh my god. Oh, there we go. Oh, be careful. Quite close. Oh. You gotta be real careful, man. No, quite close and tight corners, you know. It's a good nade. It's a good nade. What? How did I just randomly died? What? Oh, no.
Tango down!
Oh, they're like really deep in there as well. Oh, you got me. I was so weak as well. Go.
Friendly is down.
Wait, so you would rather have no heat than Wi-Fi? I would rather have heat than Wi-Fi, right? No, actually, no. Thinking about it, I'd probably rather be cold. If I can't play Clash of Clans or game, yeah, I probably as well. Well, I hope for the best for you, dude. And I hope that doesn't happen to you today. Well, at all. I hope that doesn't happen at all. You know what I mean? That's not nice. You know, well, hopefully it doesn't happen. Alright, troopers. Well, that is going to be it for today. Alright, I appreciate everyone coming to the stream. Of course, these live streams stay public as always. So, when that happens, if you guys do want to go back and listen to the podcast, you totally can. But until then, that is going to be it for today. I appreciate everyone coming to the stream. Thank you for all the love and support as always. But yeah, that is going to be it. So can't believe it's already free. Yeah, time went by quite quick today. So thanks for the stream, Neil. Of course, man. Of course. The GG, so have a good night. And you as well, Pindaz. Yeah, I appreciate everyone coming to the stream today. Thank you for all the love. Shout out to the mods as well for the support. Yeah, honestly, guys, so right now, I've actually kind of cutting my stream hours down just to 3-hour streams instead of 4. Just for the fact that there's... I'm just same as you guys. I'm waiting for the whole class system. I want it to be out. So that's why. Yeah. I'm obviously going to probably make a video about the whole class system anyway to shorten it for you guys. So instead of that whole 55 minutes, I'll shorten it down to like a couple of minutes for you guys. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for today. All right. I appreciate all the love and support as always. We're going to send a raid to Saint. He's the only one streaming right now. He's doing Warzone. So we'll go over that. I don't think there's anyone else streaming Battlefield. Well, no one I can actually raid at least. You got Noobs Killer, but I can't raid Noobs Killer because he has no raid options. So I actually can't raid him. Yeah, so it's really... Yeah, same as Cation Beast. I can't raid him anymore. That doesn't work. He says he doesn't have, like, permission. Oh, just one guy streaming. I wonder if I can maybe send a raid to him. I'm trying to figure that out. Hang on. So we can get this going. So restricted privilege needed. Ask. Okay. Yep, see. Yeah, I can't do it. So the only person I can actually send a raid to is just Saint. That's fine. That's fine. I love my boy Saint. Yeah, anyway. That's going to be it for today. Alright, guys. Thank you for the love and support as always. And I'll see you guys next one. Take care. Bye, everyone.